On with DP. Coming at you live from the Koppel Chevrolet GMC studios. Here is your host, Derek Pearson. Brought to you by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Oh, it's football season. It's football season. There's no, I just accept that. Breathe that in. It's football season.
Beautiful.
402-464-5685. Starter Him text on Hunter Lincoln Hotline. Greatly appreciate you adding to it. I got the juice. I got the sauce. I got all of that. The awesome sauce. It's in there. It's good.
I think DP is excited. I don't know if
good.
anybody else can tell.
It's good. It's football season. Look.
What's it smell like?
Jocks and inside helmets and bad socks and funky cleats.
Awful.
Just terrible. Just sweaty, dry fits.
Just the worst.
Oh, Gatorade of all flavors and colors.
We had a dude who had a dry fit that he didn't wash all season. Like from the start
that was
of
my center.
Camp to the end of the season. It just stayed in his locker. And it smelled
crisp.
Terrible.
Crisp. That was my center. My center just refused. He refused. And I let him because it was building a culture. I loved it. I loved this kid's like, listen, we can get lost in the minutia, but his focus was, I'm good with wearing, it makes me feel grimy. He goes, center is not a position of finesse. He goes, I'm a grunt. He goes, I'm a little piglet, put my nose in the dirt, let me wallow in the mud when everybody else is worried about socks and the color and the towel. He goes, my job is to start the play and finish the play. Like, that's what that is. That's the juice behind it. So, listen, we thank the folks from Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. We will see them Thursday when we come back. They're going to come in studio. This is my birthday week, so I am going to celebrate like a madman on Thursday. But in the meanwhile, we're going to be in Indy walking it down. And the list, we'll go through the list of who all is going to be there, what we're going to try to accomplish while we're there. Trying to bring you the best of it. Yes, we will carry the press conference when Scott Frost speaks. Yes, we will carry it. Yes, we will. We can
awesome.
plug right into it. And guess what? There's nothing anybody can say about it. The Big Ten says we can air it, so we can air it. We will have it all.
Conference said it's okay.
Right? Right?
Dad said we could.
Dad said we could. Dad said we can air it. Plus, we'll have interviews. And again, with Garrett Nelson, Quentin Newsom, and Travis Vokalek. Hopefully some Trev Alberts as well. Try to get him one-on-one rather than in the pool.
Yesterday. Last year, Trev Alberts at the table. Good quotes.
Oh, he went into it, right? Like he went. As a matter of fact, Scott Frost was great at the table. When he came and sat down, he was great at the table. Trev was amazing.
A lot of linemen. Maybe you can get your linemen. Maybe a little more skill position talk.
Yeah, I am.
I'm not mad about the lineman talk.
Because of the linemen that they brought. I'm cool with it.
Can you get CJ Stroud?
We're going to try. Well, here's the thing. This is the beauty of having Eric Strickland, Rashawn, and Jay Foreman. Mm-hmm. If they walk up and say, "Hey, Harbaugh,
can we get khakis?
Can we? Can you give us 5 minutes?"
I'm trying to think of somebody else.
Right. I mean, think of all the guys that are there, all the coaches that are going to be there.
I know Bach would lose his mind if you guys got Aiden O'Connell.
Oh,
he loves Aiden O'Connell,
and I don't know why.
I don't either.
I don't know why. That is a weird thing to me. I don't know. Think about this, and we were going to talk about quarterbacks. Like literally, the quarterbacks are going to be there.
Well, there you go.
Right, because it is a statement that's being made by these programs to put out front the guys, mm-hmm. Right? So for every team that is coming to Big Ten Media Days, the guy is coming.
Yes. Yes.
I'll say this, and folks will be mad, but I would be much happier if Casey Thompson was going to be there.
But DP.
That's just what I want.
But DP.
That's what I want.
Still entrenched in a quarterback battle.
Batista, give me what I want.
Still entrenched in a battle.
Give me what
You can't
I want.
You can't bring the guy who might be the backup.
He's not going to be the backup.
There's a quarterback battle. They're not settling to a starter yet.
We have not. We
There's no starter yet.
listen to me.
What? I'm just telling you what I've been
Day
doing.
one, play one. Guess who the QB is? QB1, Casey Thompson. Period.
You don't know that.
Period. Period. As my aunt would say. Period. Period.
Could be Chubb Purdy.
No.
Could be Logan Smothers.
No.
Heck, could be Heinrich Harper.
No, it can't. No,
is Richard
can't.
Torres healthy?
Stop it.
Could be Richard.
No, it can't. No, it can't. And if it is,
Masker the Pasker. He's
mask insanity is what the just pure unbridled insanity.
I'm just saying that's what's been said. Well, not that all of that, but quarterback battle, not tying themselves to a starter just yet.
There's a phrase from the streets. F what you heard. Say what you know.
I don't know.
F what you heard. I don't know what you heard, but you did not go through what you went through to get a 30 touchdown, 9 interception quarterback with deep reps in meaningful games in Power 5 football against some pretty good talent.
Yeah, decent, yeah.
Right? I mean, because that's in a place where Heisman quarterbacks are developed, formed, and we know that that's a statement of truth.
Yep.
Right? Okay. Does this quarterback have fear of Oklahoma?
No, sir.
No, he does not. No, he does not. That's a good thing. He has knowledge of Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Would he be afraid of Northwestern? No, he would not.
He faced O'Shawn Mathis.
No,
last year. Now he faces him in practice every
You know what O'Shawn says? That's a really good quarterback right there. That's what from O'Shawn's mouth. That's a really good quarterback here in Nebraska.
Yeah, but
that's okay.
I'm just
look.
This is what was passed along to us.
Listen to me. Right? Sanderson wants an update on Fedoni. Yeah, we can ask that question. We can ask of the players and coaches. Right? John says this. What's up, DP Enrico? What's up, John?
What up?
Is the number of questions Coach Frost is asked over or under 12? Up on the big stage, under 12.
Under?
On the big stage, because he only got 15 minutes on the big stage.
Well, it depends on how quick his answers are.
Only 50. Well, it's Scott Frost. When has he given a long answer?
Touche.
Like if it was only like Scott is a less said, the better guy. I think that's fair to say, right?
Yeah, under 12.
Is that fair?
Under 12.
He's got 15 minutes. So from 11 to 15 after is Scott Frost. Now, whoever else gets, we got in 5 questions last year with Scott one-on-one.
Yeah.
So that's the space that we're in. And the message is simple. Look, I get that for somebody that isn't exactly thrilled about media, this is mass media on a high level. And quite frankly, he gets treated well here. As much as they complain about it, he gets treated better here than he's going to get treated tomorrow at media days.
Yes.
Is that fair?
Yeah.
Fair? Right?
He's going to get questions from people who don't normally get to ask him questions.
And people who don't care, who aren't responsible or accountable to the University of Nebraska. They're accountable to the Big Ten and getting news and providing news and content. They have zero desire to make Scott Frost feel warm and fuzzy.
I'm interested.
Right? All of that in play. Same thing is going to happen. And remember with these 3 players that are going to be there, right?
Yep.
The 3 players that are going to be there. You have Vokalek, who is the lone offensive player.
Yes.
Who is going to be asked about what? The offense.
The quarterback.
Right.
The offensive coordinator.
Right. Offensive line. Run game.
Running backs.
Run game.
New coaches.
Passing coordinator.
Offensive line coach.
Right? All of those things. So.
Do you think they ask him about his own coach?
No.
It's like, yeah, your coach is still here. We don't need to know about it.
So much.
Yeah, congratulations, your coach is still here. Whatever.
Yeah, I don't like. This is what, and again, this is a Big Ten media production. This is not a Nebraska athletics production.
Yep.
And so Nebraska will do what they can to get out of this unscathed and without controversy. Right? So this is why you pick veteran guys to come in, veteran players to come in. Now, again, Quentin Newsom this is going to be a new kind of Shark Tank for him.
Yep.
Fedoni has been around. Vokalek has been around it, but this is him. This is winning, getting off the bus sort of deal. There is a ton of peacocking going on.
Oh yeah.
At Big Ten. So I would imagine that Vokalek, this is a bit of the peacocking. This is when you walk in and you want other people in the Big Ten to go, whoa.
You bring Vokalek
whoa.
and Garrett Nelson.
Right. Like, whoa, what is happening in Nebraska, right? So that's a thing, right? We haven't really delved into how important Vokalek is to the success of the entire team.
Oh, he is extremely important.
Of the entire team. This is why when I said that if you pick priority and things of focus that are important to Nebraska, that the layup is Casey Thompson and his success. But all of that Casey Thompson's success is tied into who's he going to throw the ball to? Who's going to protect him? Who's going to be able to take the burden off him by running behind him? What type of runner does he want back there? Does Casey Thompson need to have the running back on the field who can pass pro? Does he need the running back on the field who can flare out of the backfield and get plus yardage? Very right? Important. How you're going to use the tight ends. And remember the difference of having Austin Allen, who is now preparing himself for the NFL, and not having Fedoni immediately anyway, right? Yep. Not immediately. So whatever else happens, what else we find out about Fedoni, Vokalek's the guy. And we know that Vokalek, he knows the system. Well, we hope he knows the system because it's a new system. It's a new system, right? Yeah. So we take that away.
People forget that.
Yeah, there are things that we don't know. And how Whipple uses tight ends in the passing and running game, right? Do you want Vokalek to be the hammer? Does he have to be the hammer in motion, type big Vokalek in motion? Is he the edge setter, right? Taking away, helping two tackles that we don't know who they are and where they're going to play to help them chip the most powerful position in the Big Ten, which is the edge setter in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Right? To occupy the best athletes in the Big Ten, which were the safeties who get downhill against the running game and then who take away intermediate routes for Big Ten teams who love to throw intermediate routes to tight ends.
Yep.
Right? The size differential matters. We love the fact that Vokalek can do the things that he can do. But then you have to stretch and being able to work the seam, because Nebraska will use, Whipple's system uses tight ends on seam routes, crossers, and mesh routes. Right? Quick slants where he's just big in space. He needs to fold into green, right? They'll tell him to run the green. They'll tell Casey to throw the green.
Yep.
Right? Two linebackers, he'll be in between, or between a linebacker and safety, or a linebacker and a corner. The importance of Vokalek is loud. It's loud. But then it's who's running behind you? Power running? We're going to go Yant? Is that what we're going to do? Mm-hmm. Right? Because there are people that will rub their hands together. Look, we don't have fullback. At least we got to do who can get downhill and cause some damage. Or do we want the playmaker? Do we want the guy who can get you out of deep end trouble and flip the field? Because that's what it is. Mm-hmm. Like there's several ways to flip the field. Running game power flips the field. Why? Because it keeps your defense off the field, right? If you go Yant and Yant carries the ball 7 times in a drive, you've had a successful drive. You've had a successful drive. If you have any more than 2 drives where Vokalek is not a target in the passing game, it's different. It's different.
Yeah.
And Vokalek's ability to work within the passing game tells us whether we go to 3 receiver sets, 4 receiver sets, or 5. The running back's ability to pass pro, right, is the offensive line, is the 5 up front protecting well enough that we can put Vokalek and the running back into the passing game. Mm-hmm. changes Nebraska offensively.
More weapons.
Absolutely changes the way they're defended, changes the way they're reacted. Also allows the defense to load up and rest up on the sideline. Mm-hmm. Flare game. Vokalek drags a linebacker into space. Oh, we've got a running back in open field on the flat. Entirely different scheme. Run zone read, different responsibilities, more responsibilities for Vokalek.
Yeah.
So he's a vital cog in this thing. And look, if you want single coverage for Omar Manning and Trey Palmer or whoever else is out there, or whoever's opposite in the slot, Vokalek occupying 2 defenders in the secondary, mandatory.
Yeah.
Mandatory. But imagine Vokalek on the same side as Omar Manning.
It's a big side.
It's a big side, and the safety's got work to do, doesn't he?
Have fun.
Uncomfortable. Deeply uncomfortable. Put him opposite of Trey Palmer. Palmer's in the slot opposite of him. The linebackers are like, this sucks. This sucks because I can run mesh routes with them. Vokalek underneath with his size. Mm-hmm. Palmer
gone.
Right? Full stretch. Stretches the field 55 wide. Like 50 wide. We understand what we can do with it. So Vokalek is important, but he's going to be the answer to several questions. How is this going to work? What does Mickey Joseph want to do in the passing coordinator as the passing coordinator? What does he want to do, and what is he able to do with Vokalek? Mm-hmm. Because that's the space that we need to get into, right? Figuring out who the receivers are going to be around them. Because guess what? If you can't block with the 5, you got to add 6. If you can't block with the 6, you got to add 7. Which means more responsibility for the people outside to be playmakers and be game breakers. But if you're good with the 5, you can just, as Jay Foreman says, death by 1,000 paper cuts. Vokalek for 6, Trey Palmer on the hitch, right? We can run fade routes with Manning. Mm-hmm. You can run Manning on skinny posts where a safety has to make a decision on a slot route and a running back coming out of the backfield. Casey Thompson does not have to stand back there and hold the ball. Because the more Casey holds it, the longer he holds it, the more trouble this is. Unless it's protected. Because if it's protected and he holds the ball, we're going bang, bang 8. We're going deep. We're stretching folks out. And again, with 4 receivers, and they're running that cover 3 that folks like to run, that 4th receiver is the thing that makes it all break. They want to go cover 2. Listen, they're going to give you 15, 18 yards a pop. But that's the understanding of what happens with Whipple's offense and his schemes, plus what Mickey likes to do as well with his playmakers. Just think about LSU in the past and what he asked and taught his receivers to do. Right? And it wasn't always big play. What it was an understanding of what defenses do against you and accepting the layup. Mm-hmm. And then having people that when you give me a 4-yard hitch, I can bust it into 11. Right?
Your playmakers in space, give them the ball and let them work.
Fewer defenders back behind the wheel to get in your way. And all of that's based on your control from the middle of the field to your tackles. Control that space in 6 yards. It's just this is where it gets really simple, and it frustrates me. Nebraska has to win 3 yards forward and 3 yards back. I'm going to repeat it to you again. So 3 forward and 3 back from the center to the tackles. Now, first thing with the center. Listen, Hickson, whoever's going to be there. Whoever's going to be there.
Pretty sure it takes.
Listen, man. Listen. And the question then becomes, okay, are we in shotgun or are we under center?
Yep.
Right? Oh, whole other conversation. There's a whole other conversation.
Yeah.
Right? But your ability to protect in a base 5 allows you to make decisions on being under center and being in shotgun. It also, if you don't win the middle, and for the last 3 years, as much as you can talk about it, remember 2 years ago that you weren't sure you were going to win the middle because you weren't sure the ball was going to reach quarterback. Mm-hmm. And when that happens, it threw it broke down the 4 boundaries of the fence.
Everything.
The gate was open, so it didn't really matter what was happening with the boundaries. It didn't matter. Mm-hmm. So there's base stuff that happens. Vokalek will go to India, and they will ask him questions, and we will ask him questions because I like him as a young man, and I think that he can be a difference maker. He should be a difference maker. He has to be a difference maker. He just does. He just does. On the other side, it's Quentin Newsome. It's Quentin Newsome. Like we've talked about Garrett Nelson. Like we can go into deep with it in the next segment, but I just want to point out that Quentin Newsome is now the lead shark.
Yeah.
And why I say that is that he is going to, in the Big Ten Conference, he's in deep water from day one, play one, set one.
It's all you. It's all him. He's
the gatekeeper. He is the tone setter. Look, he has to be.
He's going to get everybody's best.
All heads to bed. Everybody's going to attack. Listen, we don't know what happens at the corners. We don't know what happens at safety. We don't know. But what we imagine is there are going to be 6 players who are going to kind of fill spots. Mm-hmm. And the loudest voiced amongst them has to be Quentin Newsome, no matter where he is. Mm-hmm. If he's on their one, he's got to be loud. Listen, this is where I need help, or I got this. Y'all hold down the rest of it. Mm-hmm. Cover 2. He's on wide receiver number 2. Flexibility and freedom. What you do with the number 2, depending on the number 2, if he's a flash guy, if he's a burner, mm-hmm. Look, I'm going to take away the burn. I'm going to make this dude catch and take a beating. Mm-hmm. Like I'm going to invite him to a party that he doesn't want to be at. Right? Speed guys don't like being forced to catch and go into deep water. They don't want to do that.
Just want to run past you.
Right? If you're at safety, hammer. Be the hammer.
Oh, yes.
Be the hammer. Behind linebackers who will be in the right place. We know that the 2 linebackers will be in the right place.
They'll be there.
They'll be in the right place. And then he has to be aware that Garrett Nelson, O'Shawn Mathis, Caleb Tanner, et cetera, are going to be up there wreaking havoc. And if this plays out right, there's a different clock that the defensive backs are going to play from than they did a year ago.
Things are going to be sped up, and you need to be prepared for it.
Like that's the mission. That's the mission.
Should be good for the defensive backs that those guys are going to be wreaking havoc and speeding things up for the quarterback. But at the same time, it could be a problem. Because if you're not prepared for things to go faster, you're thinking, okay, this guy's going to do this and he's going to have this much. And then all of a sudden somebody's running a quick slant. They get the ball and all of a sudden they're running past you.
Well, half of the Big Ten Conference plays slow.
Yep.
On purpose, in direction. The other half plays fast. They can play slow when they need to, but they can also play fast better than the other half of the division. Mm-hmm. Like we know, you go look at the top of the Big Ten Conference. The bottom plays slow. They want to play slow. They can't help it. Northwestern. Let's turn this into a back alley brawl. This is a backyard brawl.
It's going to be 10-3. And
they're chef's kiss. They love it. Iowa. Like what you're getting into. Iowa doesn't want to play fast.
Nope.
Indiana don't want to play fast. They don't want to. Penn State doesn't want to play fast. They don't want to play fast. But when you talk about Ohio State and Michigan and Wisconsin, because they play slow and then even slower, because they're not trying to break you that way.
Wisconsin's different.
Like it's got its own. So this guy, we're going to sit in a room for 2 days and hear from the people. They'll tell their stories. They can't wait to tell you who they are. We just have to be able to listen. And so the mission, we'll throw the break when we come back. We'll go over the mission, our mission in covering the Big Ten Media Days. And I'm telling you, we have a great plan. We have a great display. I think you guys are going to love it. Get the word out. We'll be the place to come to all day for those 2 days to get your Big Ten news, your Husker news. But we'll go into that when we come back.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store. You're listening to One-on-One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Don't make a knee-jerk reaction when replacing your air conditioner. Good or bad, the decision you make today will save or waste money for the next 15 to 20 years. Just call Bryant. They offer some of the most efficient air conditioners available, up to 26 SEER. Let Bryant's specialists meet your budget and comfort requirements with their good, better, and best options. Call 467-1111 or visit BryantLincoln.com to schedule your free estimate. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Indianapolis, the crossroads of America.
Tune in this Tuesday and Wednesday live from Indy as we bring you coverage of Big Ten Media Days from Lucas Oil Stadium. DP, Strick, Rashawn, Jay, and Jake will be out there with all the information, all the interviews, and all the sights and sounds to get you ready for the college football season. It's Big Ten Media Days live on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The Ticket's coverage of Big Ten Media Days is sponsored by Ben Bleicher of Professional Realty Group with BHHS Ambassador and Gary Michaels Clothiers.
Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealership, is searching for mechanics of all skill levels to grow with us. Landmark offers a competitive wage, full benefits package, along with paid time off within just 60 days of employment, as well as a 401k and a boot and clothing allowance. Interested in becoming a part of the Landmark difference? Apply now at landmarkimp.com/careers or contact Deanna 402-310-7561 or email careers@landmarkimp.com. That's landmarkimp.com. Landmark Implement is an equal opportunity employer.
Swing for the fences with single-game tickets to see Lincoln's best lineup on and off the diamond. The Salt Dog season is stacked with reasons to spend your summer at Haymarket Park. Get a free general admission ticket when you donate 3 non-perishable food items on Triple Play Tuesdays. Eat $2 Fairbury brand dogs on Wiener Wednesdays. Score drink specials on Thirsty Thursdays. Then win your weekend with Firework Fridays, Souvenir Saturdays, and Sunday Family Fun Days presented by Casey's. Get tickets at saltdogs.com.
Shopping for insurance can be a tedious and frustrating task, but the agents at Brokers Insurance Agency will do the work for you. They have partnered with over 20 of the best insurance carriers in the nation, which allows them to do the shopping all for you. Whether you're looking for business insurance or employee benefits for your company, or you're looking to save money on your home and auto insurance, Brokers Insurance Agency has the agents and solutions to help meet your goals. Call 402-420-5353 or email staff@brokersinsurancene.com.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all. O Street Carpet. 1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast today, showers and storms likely throughout the day. Much cooler today, too. We'll see a high of around 70. Tonight, another chance of showers and storms with a low of around 63. And tomorrow, another chance of showers and storms throughout the day. Otherwise, staying mostly cloudy with a high of around 83. I'm meteorologist Kyle Kleckner for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Dan Friedman. Between 2010 and 2019, distracted driving caused more than 40,000 car crashes in Nebraska, resulting in over 14,000 severe injuries and deaths. Please keep your eyes on the road. If you have a smartphone, put it away while you're behind the wheel. It will help keep our community safe and secure. This message is brought to you by Friedman Law Offices, helping injured people. It's what we do. It's all we do. Find us at friedmanlaw.com today.
James Enterprise Incorporated, that company that hauls your gravel, rocks, and material for your farm or construction site, says thank you to the people of the healthcare community for putting yourself in the way of danger to save the public. That is what it means to be a hero and to build a beautiful legacy. This message brought to you by James Enterprise Incorporated. For all your hauling of rock, gravel, and materials, call them at 402-432-6740. That's 402-432-6740.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 a.m, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. what I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
You're listening to One on One with DP. Brought to you by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to One on One as we amp up to Big Ten Media Days. I want to thank the folks from Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Yummy, tasty. You need to go and get the smoked double cheeseburger. Yeah. Just gonna
I'm sorry, the what?
Smoked double cheeseburger. Yeah, bro. You need to go do it. Yeah.
I'm sorry, my brain just exploded.
Yeah.
I've heard of smoked double cheeseburger.
Yeah.
So it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna look. I'm not gonna question him.
And for the record, have you had their French fries yet?
I didn't know they had French fries.
So I didn't know until Charles sat down with some wings and French fries, and they have the big, like used to be Wendy's French fries.
Charles, are you holding out on me? Does Mary Ellen's have a secret menu?
Oh,
like, is there a thing that like
they do?
That's what you know. What?
Yeah,
that should be a thing. Charles, don't put them on your menu. If people listen to the show, they'll know about the secret menu. Then you know how people coming in asking for the secret things. And be like,
that's too funny.
I see that.
Brian T on the text line goes, "What's up, DP? What's up, big man? Funny story. I had my Shut Up Simple shirt on this weekend. Some guy asked me where I got my Jeff Jarrett shirt. That's fantastic. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. We do have some. We're going to add some more T-shirts to it. Rico's getting his own shirt.
Yeah, I am.
That's going to happen. We'll get that on the website as well. We need to do that. Again, another thing, I give you like a list of 10 things to remember to remind people of today. Remind David to get your shirt on the website.
Okay.
Remind me. We'll have that.
You know what? In this next break, I'm going to try to remind you of the things that you told me to remind you of, and I'm going to make notes so I can remind you later.
I don't remember. Aiden says this. What up, DP? What up, Aiden? So just want to say thanks for the cake samples. They were delicious. We'll be checking out more of Sweet Things by Marcy. Yeah, go to sweetthingsbymarcy.com and she can hook you up. Man, that stuff is fantastic.
I took the red velvet, the butter, and the hummingbird home, and Rachel tried them, and she was like, "These are amazing."
So we're gonna do more with her. We're working on the particulars this week.
She make birthday cake. I got a 1-year-old's birthday coming up in a month.
Well, I gave her your card. Yeah,
I have the card.
I gave it. Call her.
I have the card.
Call her.
Oh, okay.
I do that. To do that, we are also going to give away some Beatrice Bakery. Today is vanilla rum cake. Vanilla rum cake.
That's a good one.
Vanilla rum cake, right? And there's so many folks that are in play. I did get several thanks from Lincoln Police. We wanted to thank them. Right? We wanted to thank them. But as a part of this, the ability to go through and say thank you to folks. I went through. This is like an anniversary for me. And I'll tell the story because this is the setup for me. It was exactly 6 years ago yesterday that I had my emergency, right? Where I was post-spinal fusion surgery. They botched the surgery. And when they punctured me, where they punctured me, it released blood clots into my blood. And when you hear people passing away post-surgery, that's usually what's from. It's from blood clots. And I didn't know, there are several things you didn't know. Like they tell you not to drink before you have surgery, but they will put the IV in, and a part of them putting the IV in is hydrating you. But apparently, like the way I'm built, the same thing happens with anesthesia and with water. is that I have to have more than most people. If like they want to put me under, it takes more anesthesia to put me under, more water to hydrate me, and they did not recognize this. But when I came out of it, I knew something was wrong. I still had the catheter in. I had the new spine, so I was in a full body brace. It wasn't nice. And like, if you want to change your life, have a catheter on while you're conscious.
Nope. I'm
Attached
good.
to your thigh.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't like that word.
Yeah, no, I don't like any of it. I went just thinking about it. But in that space, they said you have to learn how to like go to the bathroom by yourself. You have to relearn to walk. They can't send you home until they do that. So I learned that a couple of days, and then they sent me home. And the first morning that I was home, they tell you, you get up with the walker, and you've got to at least move around every hour or so. Just to get up and tell you to walk through the house, and you get on the breathing machine just to see, whether your lungs are functioning. And as I'm doing this, I kind of walk through, and I can't breathe. Like I recognize that this is a thing. I can't breathe. And so I told Becky, and she made the call right away. Like God bless her, she's a trooper. She made the call right away. And I have sleep apnea, so I sleep with a sleep machine. But sometimes when my allergies are bad, I'll put the mask on just to kind of force air through my sinuses and into my lungs. So I thought of that. And then as a coach, you tell people when you're having difficult breathing, don't lay down, stand up, and try to find air that way. The EMTs were 6 minutes from my house. They loaded me up and got me back to the hospital in 8 minutes. Immediately figured out, okay, this is a crisis. When they got back to the hospital, my doctor, my surgeon was there with the crew, and they were ready. Like they had some idea this was going to be a thing, and they understood how to deal with it. That if the EMTs had a bad day, right? They could have had a bad day. The traffic could have been bad. They could have had a different crew on that didn't quite get what was going on. But that EMT crew was on time, and they were on purpose. And they got me back to the hospital, and they got to work on me pretty quick. I was in ICU for 4 days with a chaplain, because they didn't really think that there was a way to help me, because they couldn't put me on blood thinners because of my spine. They're like, your spine will bleed out. You don't want to do that. Also, one of these blood clots, one of these 27 blood clots, if one of them runs loose, there's a problem. So they finally brought in specialists. They figured out what to do. They put stents in and did that whole thing. And, ever since then, once a month, like when I was in Texas, I would hand deliver a week's worth of groceries to the firehouse to say thank you. To say thank you. Like, again, if they had a bad day, I'd have had a worse day. And so yesterday I did my thing, and I sent, since I've been here, I have it, delivered to them, steaks, hamburgers, hot dogs, the works, just to say thank you. And I thought about that there are folks here in Lincoln and we love the folks from Lincoln Fire and Rescue. They do their thing. But the folks over at 18th and Q, I want to say thank you for all the people who you're doing this for. Like, there are people, they receive calls every day for people in crisis. Full on crisis. It's the thing. Something's on fire. Something is broken. Something is missing. Something isn't working. And they show up on time and on purpose. I get a little emotional because we can miss saying thank you. We can miss a basic thing, which is they're superheroes that show up. First responders, when we call them, we need them, man. We need them. And I needed them, folks. So, courtesy of Beatrice Bakery, I want to send over a care package to the folks at Lincoln Fire and Rescue. and thank them for all the people that they're there for on a daily basis. Greatly appreciated. And thank you, guys. I'm going to throw it a break because I'm going to break up for a bit. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Watch live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. You're listening to One on One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If your home water doesn't taste right, look right, or smell right, just call Bryant for the solution to your water problem. Call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
I present the fruitcake. Long the subject of jokes, ridicule, derision, but did the fruitcake accept its place in the culinary totem pole? No! The fruitcake sought to rise to its full potential at Beatrice Bakery. Premium nuts, high-quality fruits, and the delectable trio of brandy, bourbon, and rum. Grandma's fruitcake is no punchline, but a decadent treat that packs a punch of flavor.
Check out Grandma's fruitcake and all the delicious desserts at Beatrice Bakery. Welcome to our world of yum.
You know you want that smoky, tangy, sweet, and spicy sauced and tossed Wingstop. But you just brought a haul of groceries home from the store. It's cool. No one expects you to shop and cook in the same day. So let the flavor experts at Wingstop hook you up with mouth-watering wings, crispy tenders and thighs, fries and sides delivered to your door. You can always cook tomorrow. That's why the fridge was invented. Get it delivered at wingstop.com.
Order your Wingstop online at 28th and Superior, 50th and O Street, and 29th and Pine Lake.
The weather in Nebraska is unpredictable every day, and that's no fun when you're trying to golf. Double Eagle Golf in West Lincoln is now open to let you play in perfect indoor conditions daily. Double Eagle Golf has 5 simulator bays to hit in, by far the most in Lincoln, and has a fully stocked bar with beers and cocktails for you to enjoy while you play. Double Eagle Golf is open each weekday from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., so you can start the day there, take a client over lunch, or end the night with friends. Check out Double Eagle Golf today inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street.
Swing for the fences with single game tickets to see Lincoln's best lineup on and off the diamond. The Salt Dog season is stacked with reasons to spend your summer at Haymarket Park. Get a free general admission ticket when you donate 3 non-perishable food items on Triple Play Tuesdays. Eat $2 Fairbury brand dogs on Wiener Wednesdays. Score drink specials on Thirsty Thursdays. Then win your weekend with Firework Fridays, Souvenir Saturdays, and Sunday Family Fun Days presented by Casey's. Get tickets at saltdogs.com.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast today, showers and storms likely throughout the day. Much cooler today, too. We'll see a high of around 70. Tonight, another chance of showers and storms with a low of around 63. And tomorrow, another chance of showers and storms throughout the day. Otherwise, staying mostly cloudy with a high of around 83. I'm meteorologist Kyle Kleckner for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
This is Dan Friedman. Between 2010 and 2019, distracted driving caused more than 40,000 car crashes in Nebraska, resulting in over 14,000 severe injuries and deaths. Please keep your eyes on the road. If you have a smartphone, put it away while you're behind the wheel. It will help keep our community safe and secure. This message is brought to you by Friedman Law Offices, helping injured people. It's what we do. It's all we do. Find us at friedmanlaw.com today.
I grew up hearing that women are bad with money. But like many of you, I spent years paying bills, managing checking accounts, and taking care of my family. So turns out women are pretty good with money after all. And now I'm taking control of my financial future by saving for retirement. It's never too late to start, and there's a great website to help you. Check out WeSaySaveIt.org and jumpstart your retirement savings on your budget and your timeline. That's WeSaySaveIt.org. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
You're listening to One on One with DP, sponsored by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Yeah.
You thought.
Yeah. Yeah, Rico and I were talking on the break. On my best days, I say thank you more. Because I'll like real talk. I mean, since that day, 6 years. In 6 years. And when people get stuck talking about
6 years ago?
6 years. Think about people get stuck on where they are in life. So 6 years ago, I was in an ICU with 27 blood clots and a saddle embolism in a new spine with filters in my body, and 4 specialists saying, we don't know how to treat you. That no matter what we do, the likelihood of us taking you away from here is pretty high. I mean, you're in the 99th percentile of, hey, you're supposed to check out. And since then, this is why I say don't get caught up in where you are, because that's just temporary. But since then, I found out who my actual father is. I found out that I had brothers and sisters that I didn't know for the first 55 years of my life. Imagine having brothers and sisters and not knowing. Imagine not knowing your DNA last name. Since then, 2 TED Talks. Since then, 5 best-selling books. Since then, moving to Lincoln, Nebraska. Since then, buying a radio station. Since then. You're supposed to change your location, your elevation. That's why I talk about it. Where you are, if it's great, wonderful, keep moving. If you're not where you want to be, keep moving. Look, there's zero explanation other than the universe for me being here in this situation and circumstance. And the most important thing I can do all day to day is ask people to be thankful for what they have and where they are and what they've done, and then what they're going to do next. Thank the people who were there for you. That's the greatest thing you can do. Thank the people that are there for you. Look, you jokingly said, listen, you were at a moment where, you high-five God and moved along.
We were talking the break. I said, you probably walked up there, you high-five God, and God was like, I'm not done with you yet.
Go on back there
Get
and
back
do some
down
other
there.
stuff. Get back down there. You got to meet Rico. Right?
Duh.
Right? Like you got stuff to do. You need to get to Lincoln and spread some love, man. And that's what that's what it is.
Go be busy.
That's why I don't trip. Yeah, that part.
Go be
like,
more busy.
Like you got stuff to do, bro.
I could welcome you here. You could relax.
Yeah.
You could chill.
Yeah.
But no.
Well, I'm supposed to help people find their space. Like as a coach, that's what I did for decades, to help people relocate themselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
To find a better version of themselves. And I'm just saying, whatever your thing is, whatever thing that you aspire to, whatever thing that you are pursuing, whatever thing that you want to be, some of it's stuff that you don't even know, you haven't even considered. Because when I was laying in that ICU, I was not thinking about Lincoln, Nebraska. I was not saying go Big Red. I was not thinking that I could be here. Like I just wasn't.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Right.
That wasn't like the only thing on your mind. You're like, man, if I live through this, I'm gonna move to Lincoln, Nebraska.
Right. And at the time, I wasn't even doing radio. I was just coaching.
Right?
I was just coaching. Like I think the last gig that I did was running Dwight Howard's basketball camp. Or it might have been George Springer's baseball camp. One of the two. And no. It was Bradley Beal's camp. Right? But I wasn't doing this. That was an NBA.
No, it was an MLB camp. No, it was a different NBA camp.
Well, this is what the funny thing is. You don't know what you're supposed to be doing unless you're open to it.
Yep.
Like, you don't know. When the first day I met you, and you can vouch for this, on the first day I met you here, I asked you how great you want to be in this thing. And I said, Rico, what you're doing isn't what was intended for you. What is intended for you is greater than this. Is that not a fair statement of truth?
That is what you said.
So with that, my thing is, and a part of the joy is watching you and Nick and Nathan and the student athletes, right? Watch you all grow. Watch you all grow in this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you guys are eons away from where you were, right? It's a different life now, right? Like, we were literally just talking about sending you to Big Ten Media for volleyball. Why? Because you've earned it. And you would love it. Like sending Nick to Big Ten Media. Like, why? Because he would be the happiest boy in the entire world, right?
Yeah.
Through this thing. But that's why we're here. That's why watching Vershawn in his element.
That was fun.
Right? Like, what?
I've never seen Jay smile so much.
Right? To bring Eric Strickland back home to embrace and celebrate his greatness. He's one of this state's finest.
He knows
greatest.
Everyone.
Right?
It's funny. I was talking to Rachel yesterday. I was like, it's funny because Strick came back to Nebraska to be in the studio and do a show. And I feel like he hasn't been in the studio and done a show because he's doing all these other events, which is great. But it's like he was in Orlando or he was in Texas, so he couldn't take place in all of these events. He couldn't be here to talk to old friends or talk to old coaches and whatever. But now that he's here, he's able to go to these charity golf events and help raise money. He's able to go to a bunch of other charity events and a bunch of other events here in the state that if he was in Florida or Texas still, he'd miss out on.
There's so much good stuff happening, and we have so much good news coming. I can tell you. Ready for this?
Go ahead.
August 1st, we will have a new lineup.
What?
We will have a new lineup, and we will work out the bugs on this thing and the kinks and thing. But you guys should be excited.
Say it one more time.
You guys should be excited. We're going to have a new lineup August 1st. Pew, pew, pew. Pew, pew, pew. More coverage. Deeper coverage. Better coverage. Right? We'll also, August 1, we'll announce our Husker our ticket weeknight schedule. And it is loaded. There's so much good stuff going on within this station, within this community, and within this space. I would love to give you the sports radio coverage that you as fans want and deserve. I think I'm blessed to be here. I know that I'm blessed to be here because I wasn't always sure I was going to be here. And the universe put me here. And I'm appreciative and grateful for the new family that I have and the new family I'm going to have. Greatly appreciated. I will talk to you guys tomorrow from Indianapolis. The Captain Show up next. We're taking a crew. We're walking in 4 horsemen style to Indianapolis and Big Ten Media Days. Y'all buckle up. We got good stuff for you over the next week. Love y'all. And most importantly, thank you.